Hey everyone, I have got my Springfield Armory mil-spec 1911A1, and as you've seen in my other video, I got the trigger pulled down to the high 4 pound or so, between 4 3/4 and 5 pounds. And I figured I'd just try one other thing to maybe get the trigger pull a little lower, but also get it a bit more crisp than it is. And I decided to try out this cylinder and slide. This is their hammer, disconnector, and Sear. I've already got their light pull spring installed, so I'm not really sure what this is going to do, and I'm not even really sure if there's going to be too much work involved in getting these three pieces to fit. But I figured I'll pull this thing apart and we'll give it a shot. So the first thing, obviously we're going to clear it. So no magazine, it's empty. I'll probably just do this video in a couple pieces and then merge it all together, but I guess I'll do what I can right now. So let's go ahead and take it down. All right. So now we're left with the lower, basically. So I got to remove this main spring housing here. So first things first, let me just drop the hammer. That relieves the tension on this. Take a punch. Punch this pin out. And you can cock the hammer here to use the hammer strut to push it down if it's kind of stuck up in there. I've got to do that on this one, I've noticed. So pull the main spring out. Pull the main spring housing out. So basically I got to remove the safety lever here. Lever comes out, and this is the slide stop lever and the safety lever spring and plungers. So now that the thumb safety is out, you can take the grip safety off, and then the rest of it kind of slides out. So there's the spring, Sear disconnector and grip safety springs. And at this point, you can remove these the pins that hold everything else in. So you can go from the right side of the chassis to the left. You can pull this out. First one, I'm actually gonna, it's a quick wipe down. Okay. And that is the hammer and hammer strut pin. Which I got right here. And the Sear and disconnector are held in with this other little pin here. Once again, from the right side of the chassis to the left, you just pull that out. And I'm gonna give this a quick wipe off too. And they just drop out. So, like that. And I'm looking at these pieces, and yeah, they're pretty different. So the hammer is you know, same general idea, but it's not quite as tall, and then it's missing one little step here, and I'm not really sure how that's going to affect the functionality. So we'll see about the hammer. The Sear is actually really different, but I don't know. Once again, I'm not really sure how this is going to affect functionality. It almost looks like the Sear has just been kind of, you know, reliefed a little bit differently, shaped a little differently. The biggest difference is this top part right here on the standard Springfield one. It's kind of a 90-degree angle cut. On the cylinder and slide one, it's rounded. So once again, we'll have to see about that. The disconnector is almost exactly the same. I can actually not really tell any difference in length or size or cut or anything. So I'm going to try to put this all together, and we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. Put the hammer, strut, and the pin and everything back together on the new hammer. I also already put in the Sear and disconnector, just because it's kind of a pain in the ass to put it in. So I tried to concentrate really hard to get it in. So anyway, next up we'll do the hammer. So the hammer's in, and then the next piece would be the spring here, and that basically just lays down right in here, and the bottom of it fits in a groove right here. Hang on a second. All right, there we go. The bottom of it's in that groove there. And then the hammer strut kind of just lays down in there. The grip safety slides in, and the slide lock lever spring and the safety lever spring slide in first, and you pop this in like that. Now, this kind of keeps it together, but I've got to do a little bit of finagling here because the spring has come undone. All right. So what I'm going to do is, so you get the hammer strut here and the spring in place, then you got to make sure the spring is sitting in that spot, the slot down there. And then just slide the main spring housing up. And I got to make sure that the hammer strut goes into the top of that sort of pin or post there when you slide the housing up. So we're almost there. Now at this point, you should be able to just push it all the way up like that. Get the holes lined up. Get your punch here. Tap it in place. Alright, so this is together now, so I guess we can do a quick function test and see. So first off, the grip safety is working. Hammer does stay back. You can enable the safety with the hammer back. And let's see, without pulling the grip safety, you should not be able to pull a hammer. That's right. So now if you've got the safety pressed, the hammer does drop. Another thing you can do is cock the hammer, put it on safe, grip it, pull the trigger until it gets to the end of its travel, and then while holding your trigger finger in that position, take it off safe. And the hammer should not drop, and it does not in this case. So I don't know, functionally this actually looks like it might be working okay. Alright, so seems to be going back to there just fine. Let's go ahead and try this safety check or the function test one more time. Grip safety, pull trigger, drops it. Without the safety, without the grip safety, sorry, does not go. Manual safety, looks okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing the grip safety, pulling the trigger until it stops, and then lowering the safety. And it does not drop either. So functionally this seems so far okay. Let's check the trigger reset also. Yep. This is a pretty big improvement in the trigger pull, I'll be honest, I can tell already. So the reset seems to work just fine. When it's not cocked, you can't put safety on as usual. So yeah, this looks relatively drop in. Obviously this is about as far as I can go without putting rounds down it. But let's try the trigger pull and see how this works out. So before this, we're getting about 4 3/4 or so. That was 4. So let's see, one more. 3 and just under 4, so 3 3/4. All right, one more. 4. So that seems to have made an improvement, and this you know, feels great. It's crisp, even more crisp than it was before with just the light Sear spring. Obviously the stock Springfield internals, you know, maybe they're good, but I guess they don't lend themselves to having a great feel. This feels awesome now. I mean, obviously without actually doing any target shooting, getting rounds down it, I can't, but feels great. Anyway, so I guess the next thing would be a range report and make sure it works, but this looks fantastic. This feels fantastic, and it was actually relatively dropping. It was dropping. I didn't really have any issues with it. And everything kind of feels as it should, functions as it should. So as far as the install and the bench work goes, I'd say this was a success, but we'll see how it works out on the range. Thanks for watching.